We'd let you know about a new class we're offering here at Cali. We're piloting it in the spring. It's not a new concept. We've done it in the past. It's where we're accelerating some courses. Elementary algebra and intermediate algebra used to take you two semesters to do, a year's time. Well, we're merging those into one course. Again, it's a pilot that's happening in the spring, and you go through that course, and then the very next semester you're into college algebra. Not a new concept, but how we're implementing it is new, and that's what I'm getting ready to explain in this video.
Let's take a look at the different components of this course. The idea behind the course is to accelerate. Acceleration is proven in research and actually in practice that students are more successful if it's not drawn out over a long period of time. Our old model at Cali went from pre-algebra to elementary algebra, intermediate algebra, to college algebra. Depending upon your placement score, you would be placed into different positions. You may be placed into pre-algebra, then it took you 2 years to get through your college algebra. 2 years is a lifetime, it seems. Well, a modified model, which we implemented about a year ago, was for those who would have tested into pre-algebra, they now go into elementary algebra with review, and then they go to intermediate and then college. So that was a step better. In a year and a half's time, you could get through your math courses. Now our new model, and for now we're calling it intermediate algebra with review, and we're still shaping what this course will entail, but it'll be an accelerated course that's going to combine together elementary and intermediate together in one course, taking out duplicates, focusing on what do you need to be successful in college algebra. And then after you finish that course, then you go directly into college algebra. Although every instructor will have a different implementation of this, this is what this course is going to consist of. We're going to use a just-in-time teaching partial flipped classroom model. Before class, like the night before, you'll watch a real brief YouTube video. It might be 5 minutes long, might be 10 minutes long. It's not going to be very long. You can watch it on your phone even. And then you'll do a few problems. And again, not too many. The idea here is not to have you spend a huge amount of time on this, but just to kind of give you an introduction to the topic we're going to be covering, plus to review some of the prereqs. So if you're covering like solving linear equations, if you don't remember what a like term is, then this would refresh your memory on what a like term is before you get to class. Many students, when they get to class, they start listening to the lecture, and if they don't understand some of these very basics, they're lost right from the very beginning. And we want everybody to be successful. So by having those basics down, then that'll help pave the way to success. Now, this is standard in any of my classes, but there's going to be a simplified step-by-step approach to math. I like to put things in step-by-step. If I can find one set of steps that works 100% of the time, that's what I'll work with. I tend to ignore shortcuts. It's the shortcuts that throw a lot of students off. So again, if I don't find one that works 100% of the time, as close as I can get to 100% of the time. We'll use graphic organizers. Now let's take a look at both of those a little bit closer. Simplified step-by-step approach to math. Okay, let me make this a little bit larger. There we go. And I'm going to talk about solving linear equations. This is what I usually either type up on the board or on a smart board, or I'll write on the whiteboard. Is these steps right here. And this will give you an example of what I'm talking about. Note, at any step, combine like terms and numbers. Step 1, get rid of parentheses. And we do that via the distributive property. Now step 2, get rid of fractions. We'll multiply by the LCM of all the denominators. LCM is least common multiple. Step 3, we'll isolate isolate all the terms with x on one side, numbers on the other side. And step 4, divide both sides by the number in front of the x. Now, this right here, let me make that P and make it bold. There you go. And then fractions. And the F, and then isolate I. There we go. And then divide D. PFID. So those are the steps we're going to follow. So if we're solving a problem, this is an example of a graphic organizer. Let's say we're going to solve 3x minus 1 is equal to 9. Now here, the equation comes into the top, where this little pipe is, and comes down here, and these letters tell us what to do. Well, P says get rid of parentheses. We don't have any parentheses. Then we come down here, follow the arrows. F, that tells us to get rid of fractions. Well, we don't have any fractions, so it comes down here. And this says isolate. I for isolate. Now, we want to get everything with x on one side, numbers on the other side. So I'm going to take this -1, and I'll move it over to the right side. Anytime you move anything across the equals, the sign changes. So the -1 becomes a +1. And our note top said at any step combine together numbers, 9 plus 1 is 10. Well, then we come up here. Divide. We'll divide by the number in front of the x. So we've got 3x equals 10. We'll divide both sides by 3. Those 3's will cancel. And this gives us x is equal to 10/3. So our answer pops out over here as x is equal to 10/3. So we'll be using graphic organizers. I'll have you do the first probably 2 or 3 problems that I'll show in class. I'll show examples. I'll have you do them on a graphic organizer. And after that, then I'll make them optional. Some people learn better. They're more visual learners. This kind of diagram works well with them. Some students with learning disabilities, dyslexia, and so forth, the graphic organizers work real well with them. Some people are just more visual. They're not robot-like I am, step by step. They have to kind of visually see it, then it helps them in that area. Then after I've done a few of those in the classroom with the graphic organizer, I'll encourage students they can keep on doing that if they want. But then over here, I'll just go over the steps. And I'll follow the steps in here. I'll have these up on the board or on a smart board. First step, get rid of parentheses. Don't have any. Second step, get rid of fractions. Don't have any. Step 3, isolate all the terms with x on one side, numbers on the other side. So in step 3, we'll take the -1 and move it to the right side. When you take anything across your equals, your sign changes. So -1 becomes a +1. Now our note up at top says in any step combine together like terms. 9 plus 1 is 10. Step 4, divide both sides by the number in front of your x. Well, the number in front of your x in this problem is 3. So divide both sides by 3. And that gives us x is equal to 10/3. Now again, I like step-by-step approach. That's how I teach math. I like to keep it simple, so I don't show shortcuts or anything. I just follow those steps on every problem. I had a student one semester. She asked me why I keep going over step 1 and step 2. She said it's obvious they don't have any parentheses, don't have any fractions. I said, well, those are the steps. You don't skip steps. Just follow these 4 steps. You'll be able to solve any linear equation. And the graphic organizer is what I showed you there. It won't be on every problem, but the ones that are more challenging for students, those are the ones I'll emphasize the graphic organizers on. There'll be cooperative learning on 2 to 3 problems in each section. I'll have try it now problems where I'll put a problem up on the board and I'll have you work in pairs to help figure out what the solution is. Now this is meant to engage you in the class. It won't be your standard class where you just sit in there and just listen to the instructor drone on and on. You'll actually be able to engage and see if you understand it right then. Now I'm not going to put you on the spot. I'm not going to call on you to go right on the board. That's not my style. I'll have you work on it right there, and I'll walk around, and if the two of you can't figure it out, then I'll help you. Now there'll be homework at home that you'll do with YouTube solutions as an aid, and let me explain to you what that means. This is my website, www.mathheals.com. That's 2 H's. If you want to go and look at this yourself, and there's a math class information at the top. If I click there, you'll see I'll go into college algebra. I don't have the new course out there yet. But what I do is I put my YouTube lectures out here. The exact same lecture you get in class is out here for you to watch. So if you miss class for whatever reason, you're involved in athletics, you're sick, you have family issues, you have work issues, so forth, you can come out here and you can watch this YouTube video, and it's the exact same lecture you would have got in class. Same problems, same explanation, probably same boring stories I told in class. That's what this YouTube video is. And these aren't shortened versions. Those are like the full 40-minute lectures I give in class. So I'll have those out there for the new course. I also put the problems out here in PDF form and PowerPoint. And these are the ones I'll show in class. So if you want to go and print those ahead of time, you can. And then the PDF pages, these will be the ones I work on the video, the YouTube video here, I also put out in this form. I would encourage you, if you are interested in this, to come out here and explore this site. Just click on some of those. Don't click on the WebEx video. I need to actually remove those. That was before I discovered how to put my lectures out on YouTube. Now let me close that. The homework. If you go to My Classes here, click that. Then I'll go into college algebra as an example. I have my homework problems out here for people to do. Like here's linear equations, rational equations. If I click problems, I click open there, then these are the problems that are all assigned. So you can come out here, you do these at home, do them on paper, and then you'll turn them in. Now the key is out here also, so you can go look at the key. Doesn't do you any good to do an entire assignment wrong. That defeats the purpose of the homework. Homework is to prepare you for the chapter test, prepare you for the final exam, prepare you to succeed anywhere you need math in your educational career or occupation. So I like to have the answers out here so you can see if you did it right, did it wrong. Now, one huge problem with your standard course is people get home, they understand the lecture in class, they get home, they just cannot understand what is going on. They start working a problem, they don't get it, they get frustrated, they go on to the next problem, they can't get it, they get frustrated, they go on, and it's a vicious cycle. The more problems they run across that they can't do, then their confidence lowers. In some cases, they actually just resort to writing down the answer off the key. Well, that doesn't do you any good. Then you come test time, you fail the test, you bomb the final exam, then you retake in the class next semester, or worse, you're just dropping out, thinking, well, I'll find something else to do. I have YouTube solutions out here for each one of the problems, so you can come out here and watch these. And let me click on this one. And I show how to work the problem.
This linear equation.
And I won't let it play because the sound will disturb us. But I come out here and you'll see me work the problem, and I'll talk it through and so forth. The idea behind the homework is prepare you for the test and for the final exam. I do not weight my homework enough that you can pass off just the homework. So this is an aid for you, so you can not get stuck, not falter. Sometimes it's frustrating. You come in and get tutoring, and maybe there's no tutor there that knows how to solve that particular problem you're working on, or maybe they learned it a different way. Not to mention the fact you have to actually make a trip in. Maybe you make a trip in and there's 7 other people getting help, and the amount of time you get helped is very minimal. This clears that up, where you can figure out the problems yourself. Now, I warn all my students, you shouldn't use this as to cripple you. The idea isn't that you go out there and watch every lecture, every YouTube video for that particular problem, but that you use it where necessary. Now, my tests are pretty clear with reviews. If I come out here, for example, oops, not there. Go back to math class information, and I'll use college algebra example. I'll put test reviews out here. I will tell you what's important. I will give you a review on what's important, and that's what will be on the test. For example, if in college algebra we cover the quadratic formula, we also cover something called the discriminant. Well, the discriminant is not that important. I couldn't think of one other place in mathematics where I use that, any other class. So the question becomes, well, if it's not that important, do I want students to be sitting there studying it for 10 or 15 minutes at home preparing for the test? No, I don't. I want you to spend the time studying the quadratic formula. So again, I'll tell you what to study off of for the test, put a review out there, and then there's no tricks on it. You'll find that the test will be over what's important, because again, that's where our focus should be. I already talked about this. YouTube video lectures for review. All my lectures I create, they're out there in full for anybody to watch. Now, if you're interested in this class, contact admissions and let them know you're interested. It's I don't have it on here, but it meets 4 days a week, and I'll put this in the email I'll send out. But it meets Monday through Thursday, and we meet an hour and 20 minutes each time. That's not only for the lecture, but that gives us time for you to learn, so you can get one-on-one help, so you can be engaged in the class.